Good afternoon. I am privileged to be sitting here with the esteemed biomedical engineer, Dr. Rebecca White. Hello, Dr. White.
Hello. I'm so honored to be here.
I'm glad. Today I have a few questions for you. I'd like to start by asking you about your educational background. What schools did you attend and what were your majors?
Well, my educational background began at Johns Hopkins University, where I received my bachelor's and master's degree in biomedical engineering with a concentration in tissue engineering. Um, After I graduated with my master's, I decided I wanted to go into the field, and for a couple years I worked in labs and such. But eventually I decided to go back to get my doctorate degree just because I felt like that was the next necessary step. So I went to MIT and received my doctoral degree in biomedical engineering.
Impressive. What interested you the most about this field?
Well, the things, the kind of inventions and that sort of thing that was coming out at the time was very innovative and ahead of its time, and that interested me. However, I think it was my father that really made me want to become a biomedical engineer. He's an Iraqi war veteran, and he unfortunately had his right arm from the elbow down amputated due to an IED explosion. And as a little girl, I always wished that I could be able to give him back, his arm. And it really hurt me to see the struggles he went through with life. And when I got older, I found out about tissue regeneration that biomedical engineers were working on, and I decided that that was the type of work that I wanted to do.
Wow, that is so heartwarming. So could you explain how a day in the life of a biomedical engineer looks like?
Yes, well, my day is very long. I wake up at about 5:30 in the morning, go to the gym, have my breakfast, and get ready for work. And I get to the lab at around 9 o'clock. And then that's when I get my things together. I have to put on my clean scrubs. You have to wear a fresh pair every day. Practice my intense hygiene ritual of scrubbing my hands and arms up to the elbow because you don't want to contaminate any of your work. So you have to make sure you thoroughly cleanse before you go into the lab. Then you have to disinfect your goggles, put on your gloves, wear your lab coat, and organize your workspace and prepare your notes.
Notes, like in school? What do you record?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Your note taking doesn't stop after you graduate. It continues through college and into the work field. The kind of note taking skills you develop in high school benefit you throughout your whole life. So I would recommend getting them down now before you enter college.
I'll have to work on it. I recall you mentioning your interest in tissue regeneration. Is that what you work on?
Yes, well, it is now. For a long time, when you enter any field of work, you have to start from the bottom and work your way up. So the bottom is working on other researchers' projects, and I did that for a couple years. And then when I came back for my doctoral degree, I was able to begin research on my project that I wanted to work on, which is using stem cells to grow limbs and other body parts. For example, right now we're using three-legged mice, and we're taking the stem cells and manipulating them to be able to grow their fourth leg. Right now, it's just a stump, but it's a start.
Wow, how are you able to do that?
Well, we take the stem cells from either the healthy arms of the mice or from the spinal cord. We manipulate the genetic code to match the codes of the healthy arms to be able to grow this fourth arm. That's the most tedious part of the job. Just because if you're off by one letter, it compromises the whole project and you'll have to start all over again. So we take many, many months of encrypting the genetic code before we even begin the project. So that takes a lot of time. And we have to inject it into the part of the body that we want to grow. For this project, it's where the fourth arm should be. And we have to see if the body accepts or rejects the arm. If it rejects it, we have to start all over again. If it accepts it, then we're able to move on onto the next step of seeing the growth of the arm.
That sounds so radically innovative. How rewarding do you feel your job is?
I feel very good about the work that I'm doing. I come into the lab excited and happy and ready to work, and when I leave I'm tired, but I feel fulfilled, and I'm still happy to be doing it nonetheless. And it's very rewarding to see the difference that you make, and the pay doesn't hurt either.
How much do you make a year?
Well, I make $41.81 an hour, so that equates to about $86,000 a year.
That is rewarding. And now to conclude, do you have anything you would like to tell students about biomedical engineering?
Well, biomedical engineering is unlike any field in science, math, and medicine because it involves all three of those. It's a lot of hard work in school and in the lab, but the rewards of improving lives and coming up with new inventions the world can only imagine makes everything feel worth it.
Thank you for your time, Dr. White.
Thank you.